Yo, how is it going, Bears fans? Welcome back to another episode of Bear Down Uncut. I believe we're on episode 8 of Bear Down Uncut, and none of these have done worse than 130 views. So I'd like to thank you guys so much for the support on that. Just in general, the support on the channel since we decided to make the website has been absolutely incredible. We've been trying to pump out some good draft content for you guys on YouTube and on the website and on everything social media basically over the last couple weeks, and you guys have done us an incredible favor of picking to look at our content over some other people's and giving us some great support and advice on how to get better. So we really appreciate it. Just today, I think it is April 23rd, the site has been up for a month and a day. It has been live. It was made about a week earlier, but it has actually been live with articles for a month and a day. And we've gained about 330 subscribers on YouTube. We're at 700 subs. I think the goal now is to hit 1K by my birthday, which is June 20th. I hope that's something we can do. So if you guys have Bears fans who are your friends with who would love this type of content, please pass them this way. We're going to keep grinding all summer, and I hope this helps out even more, the grinding during the season. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we're really excited putting out a ton of content for you guys because we absolutely love it. So let's get into this episode of Uncut. Today I'm going to be talking about whether or not the Bears should trade up in the 2020 NFL Draft. Up. I accidentally said that with a pop. But, yeah, I mean, obviously we know the Bears have limited draft capital coming into this draft. A lot of people don't expect Ryan Pace to pick tonight. By the way, I am recording this the day of the draft, getting one last video up for you guys. And I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I hope Ryan Pace isn't picking tonight. I hope he doesn't get bored. I hope he doesn't get anxious, because I actually think moving down is the right option for the Bears. If we look at the picks that the Bears currently have right now, they've got pick number 43. They've got pick 50 in the second round. And then we don't have any picks until the fifth round. And we only have one of those with pick 163, and then 2 sixths and 2 sevenths, with 196, 200, 226, and 233. Round 6, we got a pick from the Eagles for Jordan Howard. In round 7, we got a pick from the Raiders for the Khalil Mack trade. Obviously we don't have a first-round pick. It'll be really nice in 2021 when we have a first, second, and third-round pick. How nice that will be. But just in general, I don't think it's a good idea for the Bears to end up trading up in this draft. Ryan Pace is obviously in win now mode, I think. That's not essentially a bad thing, but the problem with that is he's been giving up a decent bit of future capital in the last couple drafts, and the problem with that is that the team gets older. When he came here, even though we weren't that good, the team was pretty young. It's gotten older throughout the years, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing picking up veterans and stuff, but we want this team to stay young. So I'm actually going to vouch for the Bears to trade back in this draft. I think if you can pick up picks between 75 and 140, I think the Bears, if they traded the 50th pick back, could probably get 3 picks in that sweet spot of the 3rd and 4th round. And I think there is a ton of talent there. I mean, there's a ton of talent at wide receivers. This is such a deep wide receiver class. There's a ton of talent at tight ends. There's going to be people like Bryson Hopkins, who we made Uncut about earlier this week. He's probably going to sit in that range somewhere. Adam Troutman's going to be someone there. One of my top wide receivers, Harrison Bryant, who I've posted about on Instagram, is going to be someone who's going to be there. And then if you look at the wide receivers, there's going to be some great options there as well for us. You look at Colin Johnson, you look at, KJ Hill, you look at, let me think, I don't even know. There's really good options if you do end up deciding to trade back. And I think the wide receiver class is so deep. Guys like Colin Johnson and KJ Hill, the two I just mentioned, would both serve as probably day one starters and great replacements for Taylor Gabriel. Not to mention, there's also some great secondary pieces that hopefully will fall late. One that I like a lot is Cam Dantzler. I think he could fall towards the end of the second, possibly early third round even, when you think about it. I mean, you don't really know with this draft. Another guy I like that I think is going to fall is Terrell Burgess, someone that could work very well alongside Eddie Jackson back there. A cornerback that I know is going to fall, Javaris Davis and J.R. Reed. Those guys will hopefully be available in the 5th round. I just think the opportunity is perfect for Pace to trade back. You could still get the tight end you want late. You can get a starting offensive lineman at 43. If they do that, I think that is what they end up doing. I hope that's what they end up doing. I know Pace is going to take the best player available, but I hope an offensive lineman slips for the Bears to take. But you can get a day one player in whoever you pick in the 2nd round, preferably an offensive lineman for me. And then you can really salvage into the 3rd and 4th rounds, maybe late 2nd even, and you can still pick up some great players. I mean, there is a ton of tight ends. I love the tight ends that are available in the 3rd round and on in this draft. It's nothing against Cole Kmet. I just don't think it's worth taking him that high. And then you look at the secondary, there's a ton of cornerbacks and safeties. There's a ton of really, really good wide receivers that shouldn't be available this late. I think I read online a couple days ago that analysts were saying that they would take the wide receiver 10, who's like Chase Claypool, in this draft before they would take his teammate Cole Kmet, the tight end 1. So it's really interesting. It's going to be really interesting to see how the board falls out. I just don't think it's worth trading up, giving up future assets, because we want to continue to make the team younger, and we want to continue to, breed players who are going to be able to be here for the long ride and be able to take over one day for the players that are currently in their positions. I think drafting an offensive lineman or anyone in the 2nd round could be a pick that Pace nails and is a day one impact on the field. And while some people argue, you can still make a big impact if you draft someone at 50, I absolutely agree with you. But I think you can make more than one impact if you trade back maybe and get a couple 3rd rounders. I think those players can still definitely make an impact. So that's pretty much going to do it for this episode of Uncut. I don't think the Bears should trade up tonight. I don't expect them to be picking. We'll see if they do. Honestly, I might have jinxed it, but I don't think they will trade up. But you never know with Ryan Pace. If he has a player he wants, he'll go and get him. That'll pretty much do it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for the support leading up to the NFL draft. I cannot express how much it has meant to me and the entire crew. We're all working really hard and appreciate the support you guys are giving us, and we're really excited for what's happening this upcoming season and in the future. Once again, thank you guys very much for tuning in. If you want more content from the draft, read all our columns, you can go to beardown.com. You can follow my fan page on Instagram, The Shy Bears News, and you can also follow the podcast on Instagram and Twitter at beardown. That'll pretty much do it for me, guys. Once again, I am your host, Chris Maltby. Uncut episode 8. Enjoy the draft, guys. It's the last we've got of football for a while now, but I hope everyone is staying safe. Illinois just extended the quarantine until May 30th, so we have stay at home until May 30th. But golf courses will actually open up on May 1st, which is nice for all the Illinoisans. I'm a big golfer myself, so hopefully I can socially distance and do that. But please make sure that everyone is washing their hands and staying safe, and we can flatten the curve. That'll pretty much do it for me, guys. As always, Chicago, bear down. Peace.